That was silly. I disabled the wrong thing. It's Sherb. Ha. Gotcha. Unacceptable. Diva. Oop. Da da da. All right. Oh yeah, I haven't checked my mailbox in a while. I should probably do that. Bada bottom bottom bum 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 bum. Fox is going home. Do 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 do. A humidifier. Ugh. Ugh. Oof. Do do do. Okay. Mm-mm. Hmm. Allie's got one more minute, and then they're getting kicked. It's Raymond. Do 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 do. No! Oh. I would have been so angry. Alright, Allie, too bad. Goodbye. And then they're the next person anyways. My guess is that their first browser closed because they didn't pay attention to how it says to do it. Do, do, bom, bom. Oh, where? Oh, okay, he's still here. I was about to say, where, oh, where did Flick go? I got bugs to sell. Thank you. Oh, there'd be a grasshopper in there. I saw him. Do 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 do. Hey, look, Allie made it. I feel like Allie's been to my island before. Like on like an older past stream. The island name looks familiar. The Discord name looks familiar. Alrighty, no problem. Thanks for coming by. Ha. Oh. Interesting. Is that an Iron Man suit? Huh. It's an Iron Man suit. Huh. That's never happened before. My web browser actually crashed on this. Oh. Oh, there we go. That's weird. That's never happened before. Haha. Okay. Weird. Well, that was definitely open longer than I was intending. Nice. Oh. Definitely got more visitors than I was thinking we would get for this price, but surprisingly, no one else has an island open tonight, which is unusual, even on a Sunday. Thank you for the follow. Lulu143 Lucky. That's a mouthful of a name. How are you today? Oh, sorry, it's not Lucky, it's Lucy. Didn't even read that correctly. That's how much of a mouthful it must have been for me. Excuse me. I have a butterfly net. Not at the moment, there isn't, no. I have my island open. Didn't get a great turnip price, but it was the best I was going to get for this week. which is 136. Figured I'd open the island anyway, see if people actually wanted to come and sell. Didn't think I'd get any, but I've actually had quite a few visitors, but it has since died out now. Ooh. There we go. Do. I mean, I don't know. I had, what, maybe 10 visitors, maybe? Total or something like that? 10, what? Yeah, something like that. Somewhere around 10. Which was a little surprising because I really didn't think I'd get any at this price, but surprisingly... No, I don't. I literally do this just for the benefit of others. I don't really play for me anymore. I open up my island to try and help others with their stuff, so... I've collected all the artwork, I have all the fish, I have all the sea creatures, I have all the flowers that I wanted. Like, I've got all the different types of flowers anyways, and I've got multiples of all of them. The only thing I am still missing, but you can't donate it, is I'm missing 3 insects. But this is not the time of the year for those 3 insects in my game at the moment, so... And I do know they're like 3 of the hardest ones to get to, apparently, from all indications, so... But they're not available again until, like... May, I think. And I'm currently in November, so... I will admit that, like, when I wasn't, like, actively looking for anything anymore, it got a little sad. Like, the day I completed all the artwork was a little sad. I was like, oh. Like, it's nice that I have them all. It's cool. It's definitely a sense of accomplishment. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Even before I completed my collections, I was now starting to play more for others than I was for myself anyways. But there was still that little bit. Now if Animal Crossing's on, it's literally me trying to find good turnip prices so I can open my island so that people can come visit my island. That's it. There's not really any additional end game for me anymore. Other than to get this bitch to move out right here. I've remodeled a couple times already. It doesn't really change how I feel, honestly. Well, she stole that house, so she doesn't deserve to live here. But she seems to be the only one who never approaches me about wanting to move out either. Yeah, so I kind of explained this a little bit earlier to somebody else, but no, she not even close actually. So, I didn't understand how the villager thing worked in this one. So in the previous Animal Crossing games, villagers would just randomly move out. You wouldn't play for like a couple days, you'd turn on your game and one of your villagers was just gone, right? And you'd be like, oh. And I get strangely attached to the villagers. Like, if I had chosen all my villagers first, I probably wouldn't have half of these villagers. I probably would have chosen other people. But now that I've got them, I don't want to get rid of them. So I had my original 10 villagers that I had, which were, which was Phoebe, was Bill, was Tutu, was Norma, was Sherb, was Zucker, was T-Bone, and was Raymond. Lobo and Alice are the only two that were not original ones. My other two original ones was Angus and Diva. And again, I didn't understand how it worked initially. So one day, Meringue is staying at my campsite. And, you know, you're doing the usual thing. You're talking to them and so forth. And Meringue says, oh, I'd love to live here. And again, not fully understanding how this new one worked exactly. I was like, oh, you should move here. Not realizing that there would be consequences to choosing that response. And it comes back and she says, oh, good news. Diva wants to move out, so I'm going to take her place. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't want that. But it was what it was. So then I had Meringue. Now, Lobo had always been one of my villagers in pretty much every Animal Crossing game I'd ever had. He was always one of my villagers, but no Lobo in this. I had never even seen Lobo on anyone else's island. Nothing. And Lobo is the one villager that I always kind of want. Like, it's like, I gotta have Lobo. Gotta have Lobo. So I am collecting the Animal Crossing amiibo cards, and I finally got a Lobo card. And I was like, huh. You know what? Let's get Lobo. So the next villager that approached me and asked me about moving out was Angus. At this point, I did understand how it worked, and I was like, okay, cool. Angus came up to me, said he wanted to leave, and as much as I didn't want to lose Angus at the moment, I had made the decision that the next villager that asked me to leave, I was going to let leave, and I was going to replace him with Lobo. So Angus said he's going to leave. I start inviting Lobo to my island as much as possible, trying to get him to move in. And it worked, and I got Lobo. But then one day, while I was running around trying to rush through the island and so forth, and, you know, do stuff and so forth, Meringue approaches me and says that she wants to leave. And again, I'm not paying attention and I'm just rushing and hitting buttons. And I accidentally select, see you later. So that was it. Meringue was gone. And that was the end of it. And I was like, oh. So I quickly went through my amiibo cards trying to find somebody who I wanted to replace her with, because I was like, okay, well, I'm losing Meringue. I might as well find somebody I want to replace her with. So I pulled out one of the cards. I found one. I was like, okay. And I started inviting that villager to the campsite to try and get them to move in. And before I could invite them a third time, all of a sudden Alice had moved in. And I was like, bullshit. That's bullshit. And so I have it out for Alice now. Alice needs to go. The sad part is Alice has been on my island in-game for almost a year now. Like, it was probably around, like, my calendar on my game currently is set on November 23rd, 2022. It was probably around November of 2021 that happened. Yeah, somebody told me that now too. Somebody told me that's a thing now. And it's like, that would have been nice to know before. But